This is Super Mayhem, and this is the best speed team. You may be surprised that I'm using werewolf in this team. Typically, when we use speed teams inside the Kingdom Arena, it looks something like this. However, the meta for Super Mayhem is much different. Today, I'm gonna show you how to make your speed team really useful. First, I'm gonna fight the Grandmaster 2. Wait a second. Oh shoot! I'm gonna use my speed team against their brute one-shot team. I want you to keep in mind that brute one-shot teams are the most popular type of team in Super Mayhem. So that's why I'm using this team to counter my opponent. If we look closely, Pure Vanilla's able to use his skill at the beginning, so he gives us a shield. We did not get one shot in one single skill rotation, which allows Madeleine to stay alive. Next, everybody's most likely gonna die except for Madeleine, which is really important. At this point of the battle, it typically comes down to a showdown between Madeleine and Schwartzwalder or Space Donut. Madeleine's now gonna heal himself while BTS supports him. The insignia is mandatory because it allows Madeleine to survive to the very end. This battle's gonna be really close because I've never spent money on this game. And there we go, I won. And now it's time that I show you how to build the speed team. I've also had a lot of help from this person named Dreakt. First of all, we want this team to be extremely tanky, which is why I decided to use a rare scroll instead of an epic scroll. This team was created only to counter the one-shot team. If you watched my previous video about Super Mayhem, I said that the brute one-shot team is the most popular and the best team inside Super Mayhem. You're gonna end up fighting this team a lot, therefore you need a counter. However, you should never use this speed team against any other team that's not a one-shot team. I'm gonna say the word team way too many times in this video, aren't I? Dang it. And now it's time to talk about the toppings you need to use. Queen Amann is using 5 almond. Madeleine is using 5 almond. Werewolf is also using 5 almond. Pure Vanilla is using yeah, you already know, 5 almond. And BTS is using 5 chocolate. So now here's a tip for any speed team in general. This cursed topping set right here is actually meta. Let's say you want to use a normal speed team like this. You actually need to give at least 1 caramel topping to both Madeleine and Queen Amann. This will guarantee that they get the rope buff instead of someone like Moonlight. However, this trick does not apply to the werewolf speed team because Madeleine and Queen Amann automatically get the rope buff anyways. Now it's time to talk about some variations for this werewolf team. However, in order to do that, we need to look at all 3 of my teams as a whole. So the reason why I don't use Snapdragon on this speed team is because 1, I don't have it, and 2, it's better to pair Snapdragon with Pitaya Dragon. Snapdragon actually gives Pitaya Dragon an HP boost, so it's better to put it on this kind of team. Going back to the speed team, Werewolf can be replaced by Wildberry, Hollyberry, or Capri Sun. However, I'm using Werewolf because I like using Hollyberry and the other tanks on a different team. You can replace Pure Vanilla with Vampire. Queen Amann can be replaced with Pinecone. And the best candidates to replace BTS with is Cream Puff and Herb. You can replace the rare scroll with the epic scroll. Also, you're forced to use Madeleine no matter what. Here's something else that's really important. Although Super Mayhem is pay to win and it's impossible to beat some opponents, if you see Super Mayhem as rock, paper, scissors, you will gain an advantage over other people. The brute one-shot team would be considered to be scissors. The rock would be the werewolf team I covered in this video. And the paper will be a 75% healing reduction standard team that I'll cover in a future video. If you want to see that, you should subscribe. Also, cause I'm poor. Alright, see ya.